Thanks for staying with us. Now, residents of Hohoe are demonstrating, are demonstrating to protest the bad state of their roads. Scores of residents this morning mounted roadblocks and burned car tires to press home their demand. Here are some of the protesters.
Our politicians, they are coming here to lie for us. Today, tomorrow. Till when will they come and do this thing for us? Even Akufo-Addo, Nana President Akufo-Addo come to this town. Is it last 3 or 4 months? He come here and promise us that within 2 months, the road will be get ready. They will finish the road. But up to now, we're not seeing anything. We are buying shops. We are buying boy joint. Our hopes are spoiling. Our shafts are spoiling. Then the roads are not still good. Till which day will the road be done?
We'll soon be speaking with Prince Amavi of Ho FM. He is monitoring events there and he'll be joining us on the phone lines with more. So these are some of the visuals from that area. These are scenes from the demonstration. As you can see, tires packed in the middle of the road, set on fire, thick dark smoke rising above, making it impossible for any driver to even see before him. As you can see, police were on the ground as well. And as we said, the main thrust of residents' demands are that their roads are fixed immediately. This is the latest in a series of demonstrations related to the state of our roads in the country recently. Residents of Medina and Adenta came together to demonstrate the absence of footbridges on their road, which has been causing some deaths. There has also been a lot of agitation on social media concerning the state of the Tema motorway. But what are residents of Jasikan doing? Fred Amavi is on the line with us. He'll be joining us with more. Fred, sorry, Prince, where are the demonstrators now?
Currently, the demonstration has ended, and then they have moved to the station where their leaders are going to address them. And so that is what is happening currently. They have finished the demonstration, and then what they were doing, and so they have moved to the station for their leaders to address them on the next step of action.
Have they been able to present that petition, and to whom?
No, they were supposed to have presented a petition to the MCE, but we were told that the MCE is currently out of town, so they were unable to present a petition to the MCE. The MCD, the Municipal Coordinating Director, came over to speak on behalf of the MCE, but the people believed that there was an MCE that they had wanted to speak to, and so they declined the comments of the MCE. But he was convinced at the end of the day to listen to the MCE. In the MCD statement, he indicated that the road project was beyond the promise of the Assembly. The Assembly does not have the power or the resources to construct the Eastern Corridor Road, and so it will take central government to take some action on the construction of that Eastern Corridor Road.
Right, thank you, Prince, for joining us with that latest from that demonstration happening in Hohoe. Beg your pardon now. The Regional Police Commander for the Volta Region, DCOP Francis Udoku, has assured his command is ready and committed to ensuring an incident-free and successful referendum for the creation of the proposed OT region. DCOP Francis Udoku gave the assurance during a meeting between the Interior Minister Ambrose Derry and officers at the Regional Police Headquarters in Ho.
The President's commitment to security is clear. He has made it clear that he wants everybody in Ghana to feel safe and secure. And to do that, he needs to equip and motivate the security forces. Last year, after budget, he came to Parliament to say that he was allocating 800 million extra Ghana cedis for the equipment of the police. The original director commander has told you what we make. Backlog of promotions. The President said, no way. You must make sure that for each of the officers working and deserving of promotion, effect the promotion and let them get the benefit of their sweat. So the police council, under the able chairmanship of the vice president, we made sure we started picking and making sure that every policeman and woman who deserves promotion should be promoted. And that is what your commander has testified to. We didn't isolate people. So we see a group, a year group, that is behind, and there is no blemish, there is no problem about their performance. We made sure that the various groups were promoted to the level that they should be. And as I'm speaking to you, we have effected over 9,000 promotions to as many officers, and it's ongoing. It's not going to stop.
Now, Minister for Interior Ambrose Derry assured the police government is committed to ensuring their welfare.
Continue to knock at the doors of the RCC and the Municipal Assembly for support.
Now, in the area of stabilizing the municipality, there is some element or a high element of quietness in the municipality because the confidence of the police is growing by the day. The media has also been very supportive. Just as sometimes a few of them will take the news before they come to see audience. All in all, it strengthens us to do better. Now, coming down to OT region, my men have given me the assurance that they are prepared to police the referendum, and we can assure you that come 27th December, the referendum will pass without any single incident. As we police the community, we shift our focus also to the roads to ensure that the carnage on our roads are reduced to the barest minimum. And as we speak, we have plans to meet the Road Safety Commission and other stakeholders in the fight against carnage on our roads, possibly on Friday, to map up strategies to ensure that people who are in the festive mood go about their activities, travel and get to their destinations and back without any accident. If one life is lost, it looks like the policeman has not done his job. Now let me at this point commend the government for the support that we have enjoyed so far, both intrinsic and extrinsic. Those of us whose promotions were pending can attest to the fact that the minister and the council have done so well. I was 7 years, 3 months in my ACP rank, but I believe when the news got to his table, within a matter of months, we heard they were going to give us a wholesale promotion. And unprecedented in the history of the police. We had almost 30 assistant commissioners being promoted to the rank of deputy commissioner.
And that was DCOP Francis Doku. He is the Volta Regional Police Commander, speaking to assuring Interior Minister Ambrose Derry, whom you heard earlier, that all has been put in place to ensure the referendum for the OT region will go on without any incidents. You're still watching Joy News Today. I am Daniel Daze. We'll be back shortly. Still watching Joy News Today, I am Daniel Daze. Now, some clients of Gold Coast Holdings are threatening to stage a massive protest if the company refuses to pay them their monies. The customers who walked into the offices of Joy FM to drum home their concerns say their inability to get their investments is placing untold hardship on them. Most of these customers who say their investments have matured over a period say several attempts to get their principals, even without their dividend, have failed.
Gold Coast Securities that the government has instructed them, which is the SEC, to stop paying interest on investments, particularly called the structured finance. We received this via text, and since then we've been to their office on several occasions, and all we are told is that yes, they are saying we should stop, and as for your money, you will get it in any time from today to 3 years' time. And all this is in writing. They have abrogated the contract, and they are not telling us the reason why. They are not giving us any assurance or payment plan when we're going to get our money back. And it's been back and forth for the last 3 weeks, and we haven't received any money till today.
That's affected me a lot, because I'm a retired military officer. And as at now, I am down. I have nothing to do, because I depend on this money I took my pension and invested in this fund. And as at now, I'm not getting interest out of that. So in fact, I am down.
How long has this been?
Almost in June. In June.
That's like 4 or 5 months.
More than 4 or 5 months now.
So how have you been surviving?
In fact, terrible, very terrible, very terrible, very, very terrible. In fact, even my kids are attending school. I've got a kid who is doing his master's. He has deferred because of this issue.
Yeah, I'm going through a hell. You know, it's not easy even surviving in Accra. Going even to pick car or even to go and urinate is a problem. You have to pay, and no income coming from any other place. So I'm pleading to go coach. He should come out. He's claiming he has invested, and he's been what is paying the customers is he just opened a bank at US and Liberia, whilst the customers in Ghana are crying, claiming they want to take their money. He's using the money operating at outside, which is worrying us.
You know, I just went abroad for a course. I came about a year ago, so like I was just having some few money with me, so I just feel like paying. So I didn't know.
So when you went to the bank, what have they been telling you?
Oh, like after 3 years, they're gonna pay me, but I can die today, tomorrow.
But officials of Gold Coast Securities have been explaining why they have been unable to pay customers. Benjamin Kofi Afre is Investor Relations Officer of Gold Coast Holdings.
For the past 25 years I've been in business, we haven't lost anybody's pesewa. And we don't intend to do that. So everybody will definitely get what is due them. It is a time that we need to be able to do this. Now, when it comes to payment, we've started some payments. About a week or two ago, we started making some payments. And we've been paying, not that we haven't been paying, just that the amount of money we need to make those payments, we haven't been able to pick all of them up. But we have been paying. So, of course, if you have 1,000 people and you start paying only 100, the 100 will complain that you haven't paid them. So those issues are there. But we are working through to make sure we can pay. The discussion or the decision has been to make sure we work out and pay the interest between now and end of the year, whatever accrued interest has come. And then from beginning of early next year, or from March 2019, we're going to make some significant payments going forward. So I can assure investors that I know the time is of essence here, but we are pleading with them to bear with us as we work to pay everybody what is due them. But also mind you that it's not everybody who's asking for their money. So as a result of the SEC directive and the fact that we've stopped operating a fixed deposit, we are moving people into our different investment arrangements so that we can continue doing investments with them. But we can assure them that everybody will get their.
Now, KNUST has reopened after almost 4 weeks of closure. This follows the successful reconstitution of a new governing council following the impasse between students and university authorities. Some students who spoke to Joy News this morning say, though they are happy about the reopening, they are not comfortable with a change in academic calendar.
I'm excited that by the grace of God, we've all come to resolution and being brought back to the school. So I'm happy.
We're hearing news that we could go next year, so if we've reopened earlier, it's good news, I guess.
Now the academic calendar has changed. How do you feel about it?
I'm not happy, but then I can't do anything about it.
Why are you not happy?
Because right now we're not going to write exams this year. We'll have to write exams next year, and then it's going to, things have changed.
We can't do anything but listen to what the council has said. And for the academic calendar, well, me like this, for my first year like that, I think there is this thing we have to do, the CWA, right? I have to build up my CWA. And actually with the mid-sem, if you had written the mid-sem, it would be like I could have even known how the lecturers were setting their questions and stuff. So if I have not written something like this and I wait till next year, and next year like this, we are not writing mid-term, we are just actually writing the final semester exam. It will be kind of tough for me because I have no experience with the lectures.
For me, it's disturbing because
whilst you're on Christmas, be preparing for exam is kind of disturbing. Well, I'm just arriving, so I'm just going to check what's happening.
Okay, and then going back, coming again to school, how does it make you feel? What have you gone through?
Kind of stressful, but we relaxed in the house a bit, but we are coming back to continue academic work, so actually it's stressful.
The University Relations Officer, URO, also spoke to Joy News.
As part of preparations to receive the students, yesterday the academic board met, and the main item on the agenda was the academic calendar, to reschedule it to make room for the lost weeks that we had due to the problems that we had. It was decided that from Monday, when lectures begin, the outstanding lectures and the mid-semester exams that were supposed to have taken place during the time of the crisis would be taken concurrently. At the same time that the lectures are going on, the mid-semester would also be organized. And this, the chairman of the academic board asked the colleges, the departments and the faculties to meet and organize that, to see how best these can be arranged. So what I can say is lectures begins on Monday, it ends, lectures end, the outstanding mid-semester examinations to run concurrently will go from Monday to 19th of December. The students will leave for home and come back on the 4th, write the end of semester exams on Monday, which is 7th. And it will also run till 18th of January, and they will have the semester break for about 2 weeks. And then they will come back to start the second semester.
Let's go to the phone lines now and speak with my colleague, Kwesi Deborah, for more. Kwesi, about how many students have reported so far?
Daniel, I wouldn't be able to really put a number on the number of students who are here. But I can say that with every hall that I went to, for instance, I went today in this hall first, and also came to the public hall, went to Continental, came to Katanga, and what the students have seen now, with every hall, I can say about 100 students have reported so far. So that's what I can say. They've not been an official number on the number of students who reported, but that's what the head count done this morning. I can say about 100 for each hall that have visited so far.
What's the general mood?
That is quite a quiet atmosphere, and most of the students that we spoke with were obviously not happy because it has been a trip, quite an interesting moment, and they come in and also adapting. For instance, the first-year students, they are thinking about, for instance, they've not taken examinations before, and this is the case, they're going to have the mid-semester examination, which, of course, they're going to break on the 19th and return and do the real examination. They think that break, there's no continuum. That break is going to affect them because when they go home, though they're enjoying the Christmas, they would have to think that they will come back and write an examination. That's going to affect them so much. So that's what they've been, that's the general move so far. It's a bit of interference, it's a bit of people, that students expressing a lot of disappointment about what we have to say.
Have the student leadership spoken yet since the reopening was announced?
Yes. After Asante constituted the Dean Council, they were supposed to meet on the way forward. For instance, what the minister announced that they're going to be the charge for the damage caused. So that was a meeting they arranged previously, but what they are going to do now, I can't really tell because we've not had any official thing from them, whether they're going to meet and discuss about it, or we've been able to meet and discuss about the charging of the extent of damage, and so we've not heard anything from them officially. We're yet to.
Thank you, Kwesi Deborah, for that update. Now, menstruation for most adolescent girls is a daunting task and the most devastating moment every month. Enduring the excruciating abdominal pain for 4 days on the average is the last thing any adolescent girl would wish for. But for those engaged in sports, menstrual pain is nothing to worry about. As the Alcon 2018 kicks off, some girls of Nimobi Ladies Football Club tell Gary L. Smith the health benefits afforded them in sports are enormous. If nothing at all, there's no need to worry about menstrual pains.
According to UNICEF, overall, a woman spends approximately 2,100 days menstruating, which is equivalent to almost 6 years of her life. The monthly flow of blood can be discomforting and even painful. But girls who take part in physical activities are usually rewarded by nature in a special way, as Princess and Bilkis attest.
For me personally, when I'm having my menstrual cycle, I don't feel much pains.
When I get my menstruation, it comes quickly and goes quickly, so that I'll be free.
Because I'm always active, I always go for jogging, doing physicals and things. So when I'm in my month, it flows freely. And I think for other sports girls too, it happens to them that way because it makes your system so active and strong. So like the pains is not as compared to those who are not into sports. Like they feel much pains whenever they are in their cycle, yeah.
In recent years, keeping fit has become something of a craze among young women in the urban areas, with gym subscriptions going up as the Ghanaian population becomes more health conscious. Some facilities charge up to 500 cedis or about $100 per month. Yet, many of these young women could save a lot of money had they cultivated a habit of physical activity in their formative years.
So watching Joy News today, I am Daniel Dazi. It's now time for business. Stay with us. So watching Joy News today, thanks for staying with us. Now, before we go for international news, according to UNICEF, progress on reducing child mortality in Ghana has not been sufficient. In 2017, child mortality rates for Ghana was 49.3 deaths per 1,000 live births. Among the causes of mortality is the lack of adequate healthcare and, in some cases, a parent's inability to afford quality healthcare. Maxwell Amofia tells the story of how Prophet Samson Amwating paid for the treatment and upkeep of about a dozen needy patients at the Nsawam Government Hospital.
Matron of the children's ward at the Nsawam Government Hospital, Stella Warner, explained that the baby's condition makes it difficult for her to produce hemoglobin.
Anemia is when the person needs lacks hemoglobin in the blood in the body, whereby the various systems cannot work. You know, the body uses blood to run the system. So if the blood is lacking, definitely the person cannot function well as.
She has been struggling to raise money for the baby's treatment.
But due to my pregnancy, I've not been able to work. I had no hope of getting money to pay. I want to thank Prophet Samson Amwating for helping me foot my bill.
Touched
by her story, Prophet Samson Amwating decided to help. He paid for the cost of treatment for the baby and others at the hospital.
In that Gladys, and I felt like it really touched my heart because she was helpless. Even she didn't know whatever we are doing.
Up next is international news.